Hello, Internet viewers. I'm the Fairly Odd Maverick. I mentioned in the last review that I would talk about Top Gun's first video game shift to 3D. Well, this is that very game. Top Gun, Fire at Will.
Believe it or not, this is the first ever published Top Gun game since the second mission for the NES. Well, for a home console. I say it's because there were two more Top Gun games in between second mission and Fire at Will. They are Top Gun Danger Zone for MS-DOS computers in 1991, and Top Gun Guts and Glory for the original Game Boy in 1993. What's even more interesting is that Fire at Will was initially released on New Year's Eve in 1995 for the PC, but only in North America. It wasn't until 6 months later when the game was ported to the PlayStation. Not only did it get released in America, but it also got released in Europe as well as Japan.
Because I currently don't own a PC, that leaves me with the PlayStation version, and that's the version I'll be looking at for this review. Is this game as good as the movie it was based on? Let's find out.
We see that the game was published and developed by Spectrum Holobyte, as well as a product by Paramount. Viacom. Wait, Viacom? Please don't sue me! I do have to say that the intro F&B cutscene is amazing. Even though the music playing is not the Top Gun anthem, we still get to hear a song from the movie. And this is one that we've all been waiting for since the first Top Gun game. Danger Zone!
Roger, sir. I've got radar contact.
Sung by Major from Ghost in the Shell, Mary Elizabeth McGlynn. While it isn't Kenny Loggins, I kinda like her version of the song. Also, there are points in the cutscene in which I'm watching a reenactment of the movie because some of these scenes look and even sound very similar. Not just Danger Zone, but also a scene in which Maverick saves Cougar as well as Stinger, played again by James Tolkien. Oh, and Cougar turned in his wings. Just like the movie. So to give you an example on how the scene from the game is similar to the movie, how about I play a few clips back to back.
Maverick, you just did an incredibly brave thing. What you should have done was land your plane. You don't own that plane. The taxpayers do.
Yes, sir.
I gotta send somebody from this squadron to Miramar. You know, I gotta do something here. I still can't believe it. I'm gonna give you your dream shot. We're going to Miramar up against the best. You two characters are going to Top Gun. Let's not kid around, Maverick. Your family name is not the best in the Navy. You need to do better and cleaner than the other guy.
See? Very similar. At last we get to hear Danger Zone play in the main menu. I haven't even played the game yet and already I'm enjoying this. But before you start the game, you have the option to change your difficulty from Trainee being the easy mode, Pilot being the normal mode, and Ace being the hard mode. We arrive at Miramar as Stinger gives us a briefing about Top Gun.
You're all invited to Top Gun because your commanders thought you were the finest pilots in the Navy.
Funny considering I'm looking at the guy who invited me to Top Gun.
You all come with impressive records, notably Lieutenant Rachel Singer, call-sign Raven, of the VF-56 Stinger, who brings outstanding marks in telemetry and air combat maneuvering. This here's a dogfighter.
Wait, what? That good-looking guy is Stinger? I thought Tolkien was Stinger. Unless...
Huh.
So apparently Stinger is actually Hondo in this game. If that's the case, then that would mean that Merlin, whom we just saw before, is Goose, Raven might possibly be Charlie, but I'm not quite sure, and this Stinger is supposed to be the Iceman of the game.
Assuming if you've already seen the movie, like myself, then you'll probably end up being confused. But let's just get back to the game.
And just like the movie, the pilot who accumulates the highest total not only becomes the best of the best, but also receives the Top Gun trophy. Then finally the gameplay begins with the first mission, shooting an unmanned drone without touching the ground. It's simple, really. Just shoot down the drone with your targeting missiles. Also keep in mind that you have a limited amount of artillery for each mission, but we'll get to that later. At the end of each level, you get a results screen showing how many objectives you completed, as well as how many enemies killed throughout the level, the amount of lives remaining, and your total kills throughout the entire game. And this is where you get to save your game, whether from a memory card or password. Best option? Go with the memory card. I think the password can work for one of two reasons. If you have either lost or don't have a memory card with you, or if you want to get to a certain level. On to the next Miramar mission, destroy all drones around the area. And this is where I have a problem with moving the aircraft. It almost feels like I'm moving a flying version of a tank. Why couldn't it be more like Afterburner, another arcade-style fly action game with a jet fighter? Oh, and I forgot to mention that you also have your cannon in case you run out of missiles, just like the previous games. Sometimes an FMV cutscene will play after finishing a level, like this one. We get a news report from EBS News in which foreign correspondent Amanda Moore, played by Julie Carmen, warns everyone about enemy planes that fly below radar, making them impossible to detect. But luckily they managed to TMZ their airbase. Hey you!
Oh my god, how did they get in here?
No photos! Get out! Get out!
That'd be my reaction too if that ever happened. Also, why Julie Carmen? The only connection with Top Gun I can find with her is that she co-starred with Val Kilmer in that Billy the Kid miniseries, and that one doesn't have any fighter jets. At least not to my knowledge.
Think she likes flyboys?
You're not even trying to be Val Kilmer. Once again, you shoot down more enemy drones via fire jets, but at least you don't have to land the jet every time, unlike the previous games. Another EBS News report comes up, only this time we have a crisis in Cuba. Thankfully not of the missile kind. Another mission ensues with once again having to destroy enemy drones as well as a new enemy, grounded targets. Instead of missiles, you have Advanced Ground Missiles, or AGM for short, which only work for grounded enemies. Very useful in my opinion. By the way, the EBS News reports are the only way for Hondo to conduct more missions for the Top Gun pilots. The next mission involves saving a fellow bomber from enemy aircraft by destroying all enemy drones. Oh wait, I forgot to mention one more thing. You see that radar on the bottom right of your screen? That's the only way to see how many enemies you have left and how many of your allies are available. Cool, I guess. Plus you can switch to cockpit view, but I probably wouldn't recommend it unless you want to know how much gas you have left. But it does beep whenever you run low on gas.
Well, what have we here? Mavericks out front?
I'm leading in points right now? Yeah! Take that, Bait Kilmer! Speaking of which, we actually get to fight him as the first boss of the game. Wait, how did he get the latest prototype from Washington? Whatever, let's just take him down. Oh, great. Yeah, this game also has a damage meter. The more red the plane is, the more damage it gets. Are you kidding me? How on earth did I end up dying to— Wait, I won? I thought for sure that I lost. Well, yay! Maverick flies back to base as Hondo awards the best pilot in all of Top Gun, after talking about the crisis in Cuba.
So without further ado, the Top Gun trophy goes to Maverick. Very good.
Wow! I got a trophy!
After news report about an unnamed surveillance plane being shot down in Cuba's airspace, we see Hondo and some guy named O'Donnell about the Cuban Air Force and what their strengths and weaknesses are. We're still tasked to mow down every enemy plane, including grounded enemies. And this is where it gets tougher for me because swarms of enemy jets begin to multiply every time you take them down. But here's my advice. Take care of the enemy jets first, and then take care of the grounded enemies unless otherwise. The next Cuban mission has you do the same thing while protecting the strike team. I actually like the sound cue that plays whenever I accidentally shoot one of the strike team members.
That's our guy!
I didn't know Falco Lombardi was on the strike team.
Hey Einstein, I'm on your side!
Okay, Cuba 3, I can't stand this level for the life of me.
This is one of the hardest levels I've ever played in any video game.
Apparently Cuba is launching a counter-strike with fighters, surface-to-air missile sites, or CIA for short, and new enemy, bombers. Even when I'm trying to target them with a missile, I just can't seem to take them down. And the worst part about it? This level cheats. Even when I can't see any more enemy jets left, the level won't end. Why? Why? So finally, the mission decides to end as we're now tasked to rescue a helicopter plane that carries survivors, including Amanda Moore. Shoot down more enemy jets and more is saved. She thanks us for saving her life and—
Maverick? Duke Mitchell's son?
Why, yeah. Thanks for noticing.
I know something about you, so you better watch yourself.
Okay, I don't know how, considering just met.
What are you wearing, new cologne or something?
No, I'm not wearing anything.
What? Man, whatever it is, give me some.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Whoa!
Oh, sorry, gamer. Didn't mean to scare you.
It's fine, Hux. Anyway, what are you doing here?
Nothing much. I just thought I'd see what's going on, that's all.
Oh, I see. Well, right now I'm playing Top Gun Fire at Will for the PS1.
That's awesome, dude. Anyway, mail just came. There's a package for you.
Well, thanks, Hux.
No worries, dude. Anyway, I better head off. Later, dude.
I'll check it out later.
After Hondo is cruising Maverick's foes with more bombers and MiG-29s, Maverick is then tasked to kill all his missions just now. Apparently the photos prove that Merlin was right about the unmentioned planes from an earlier FMV cutscene because more relays the info to Merlin. Anyway, now we have to provide cover for the F-18 jets, meaning if it ain't ours, then it goes down. And that's what we do. Kill! 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 After that, you have to gain air superiority by destroying every McCoy and Gooberich, or MIG, in sight. You know, having to do this every time actually kind of bores me. Plus, I feel that this game is getting way too long for me. But I can't give up right now. I have to pull through. At least we have a boss fight, which can be destroyed by firing away! All skies are clear in Cuba, but it's not over yet. Next up is Korea, because apparently North Koreans poured into South Korea. Why? I don't know. Ask Kim Jong-il. First thing you do is splash down all MIGs. Not only is your artillery increased, but you're also introduced to a new artillery, the Nuke. It's able to knock down anything in sight. But uh-oh, enemy aircraft attack the airbase, hilariously called Kitty Hawk, but were withered away by brave US pilots, like myself. Next you fight against veteran pilots that may not be hard to shoot down, but don't let it deceive you because every swarm of enemies gets more difficult by the minute. So please, don't lose your cool. So it turns out these mercenaries and renegade pilots are part of a group called Cadre, which doesn't change procedure according to Hondo. Destroy more enemies and begin another cutscene involving Hondo and more of Maverick's jet photo gallery, where we reveal that the ace pilot of Cadre is known by a call name Nomad. By the way, that's who we saw at the start of the game. After being given the same task as the previous mission, we do it again, only now en route to North Korea's airfield. Eventually, Hondo honors Maverick, Merlin, and Stinger, why, as veteran pilots. That's cool, I guess.
Honestly, every mission in this game is practically the same thing. Hondo gives us a procedure of the mission as we shoot down enemies by land, air, and sea. It has repetitive gameplay and a pretty weak plot. Let's hope we don't see this in Top Gun Maverick.
Other missions in Korea include providing air support for Stinger as he helps you take out enemies.
Maverick, your ego's writing checks your body can't cash. If you get somebody killed, just don't come back.
And taking out the last of the Korean jet fighters, as well as a fast-moving, heavily armored aircraft in the area, which is the next boss in the game. Take it out with some artillery, and there you have it. It's down for the count. At last, we head to the final area of the game, Libya. Besides losing one of our pilots, we still have a mission, and that is, of course, destroy every enemy jet in sight. And honestly, there's not much to say about these levels. It's pretty much the same thing. So let's just move on to the final boss. It's Maverick versus Nomad, and friends. Be sure to save up your best artillery for Nomad and use standard missiles and your cannon to take care of everyone else. And at last we have Nomad, which leaves only one more thing. Fire at will! Nomad is defeated and Maverick returns home a hero.
With the defeat of the Cadre, Colonel Gaddafi was forced to reopen the sea. While Nomad was shot down, the body of the leader of the Cadre has not been recovered. And for this team of Top Gun trained flyers...
Maverick! I want his hide!
It's time for a little R&R. They've certainly earned it. This is Amanda Moore, signing off.
And at long last, Top Gun Fire at Will is complete. Jeez, what a long mess.
I honestly don't know what to say about this game. Even though the game started off really cool as I was playing a game version of the movie, the latter levels really started to wear on me. I mean, did any of this happen in the movie? No, it didn't. If the game had ended with Maverick being awarded the Top Gun trophy, it would have been a better ending. But no, the game had to start dragging out with Cadre and Nomad and... gosh, I really don't know. While I do enjoy the FMV cutscenes, primarily the scenes with Movie Stinger, the gameplay was just all over the place, especially with the jet fighter controlling like a tank. Plus the overall game is just boring. I just don't think this game was made for me, I guess. Overall, Top Gun Fire at Will is an okay game, but I feel that there are other games that are better than this, like Afterburner. Now that's a game worth playing.
I feel like at this point, I've already had enough with Top Gun games. I feel like none of these games have any interest to me. I still rather watch the movie, or better yet, watch the cutscenes of this game only. But I'm not done yet. There's still one more game to cover, and of course, one more video. I'm the Fairly Odd Maverick, and I wish you all good luck the rest of your day or night, wherever you are. Take care, everyone.
How's it going, dudes? Huxgamr here. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon if you want to get notified for upcoming videos.
Well said, Hux. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and some of my character buddies on TikTok. And if you like, you can have one of my character buddies do a short video for you via video commission. Links to all of those in the description below. And so, without further ado, I wish that one of my character buddies finished with the video.
Hello everyone, I'm Scrooge McDuck, the richest duck in the world, and I'm here because you can support this channel on Patreon. But I can assure you that you won't be wasting any money for this, because you will be rewarded for your generosity. How, you may ask? Well, how about access to the Discord server? Maybe your name being featured in the credits. No? Well, how about some bonus content, like maybe a sneak preview, or perhaps an early showing of upcoming game reviews? Still not convinced? Maybe this will. I could give higher-ranking supporters a public shout-out, like Flashfigure. At least he isn't Glum Gold Massacre or the Beagle Boys. Once again, I thank all of you for watching this video, as well as supporting. Hey there, Mr. McD. Oh, hold on a second. Yes, Launchpad, what is it? I heard that game review is doing something related to those Top Gun guys, am I wrong? Is that the trick question? Hey, I was just wondering if I could be a part of the Top Gun program, that's all. Launchpad, may I remind you that you didn't even go to flight school? Well, I did take a crash course. Oh, curse me kilts. I got to get going. I got to prevent Launchpad from making more crashes again.